Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV Blue Mage video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to easily get the spell Moonflute. Now Moonflute is an essential spell that you need for any Blue Mage DPS. So what it does, it grants the effect of Waxing Nectar and increases magic damage by 50% and movement speed by 30%. Once it falls off, you cannot attack or cast a spell for 15 seconds. One thing you can do is move. So the only way to get this is by doing 10 missions of the Masked Carnivale. You must get through the main story of Blue Mage from 1 to 50 before this is unlocked. The easiest ones that I found is All Well That Starts Well, Much Ado About Pudding, Gentlemen Before Swords, The Three Penny Turtles, Eye Society, A Chorus Slime, Bomb Eddy of Errors, Some Like It Excruciatingly Hot, Blobs in the Woods, and the Sword of Music. Now let me show you guys the spells you're going to be using. 1. Glower. 2. Drill Cannon, or you can use Abyssal Transfixion. White Wind, which is only going to be for emergencies. Acorn Bomb. Loom. Bristle. Self-Destruct, which is only going to be used once. Sticky Tongue. Toad Oil. Alpine Draft, and Water Cannon. The other one is going to be ultravibration, which is something that you must have for most of these to be cheesed, and Ram's Voice. The alternative to Ram's Voice is going to be level 5 Petrify, which is gotten through the Ahriman in the Hawk Manor right before the first boss. So this was changed from the last boss to the first. And if you are lucky enough to have the trial unlocked, or you can do mission 25 in the first act, you can get Ram's Voice pretty easily, or you can run the Cutter's Cry. But for Ultra Vibration, just get someone to help you with this, because it's going to be around the Stormblood areas, which is going to be in the peaks, which is going to be found right here. So just grab somebody that can hold aggro, and then wait for Ultra Vibration, and hopefully it drops. Rinse and repeat if it doesn't. Alright, so like I said, we're going to start with the first one, which is going to be All's Well That Starts Well. Now, if you look at vulnerabilities, if you see Petrify, which is the second to the left, that means that they also can be frozen. Then the one to the far right is Death. So if you see that icon over the enemy, they can be frozen and or petrified. So Ultra Vibration will work. If they do not have it, it's not highlighted, it means they cannot be deafed or frozen. So a little tip from me. Alright, so we're going to go over each of the missions and I'll show you guys exactly what to do. So for All's Well That Starts Well, simply grab aggro of the enemies, then group them up for Ram's Voice, and then finish them off with Ultra Vibration for the completion. So for Act 1, for Much Ado About Pudding, simply grab all of the enemies like before, wait until they are grouped up, Ultra Vibrate and Ram's Voice for the clear of Act 1. Now for Act 2, you can either wait for Ultra Vibration to come off cooldown, or you can go ahead and grab all three just like before, and then do a couple of Ram's Voice to drain their HP. You can either hit the blob in the middle with lightning and then water cannon the one on the right, and then you can do self-destruct if you like. But for this one I just did Ram's Voice and then drained them a little bit with water cannon. Then you'll end up using the Toad Oil with Bristle, and then you go ahead and blow them all up with self-destruct. Since the one on the far left is weak to fire, he should die in one shot. The decision is up to you. So for Act 1, for Gentlemen Before Swords, simply Ram's Voice everyone together. Do that a couple of times, and then you're going to do Toad Oil, Bristle, and then Self-Destruct for Act 1. Simple as that. For Act 2, Ram's Voice, ultravibration for the completion. Simple as that. For the 3 penny turtles, stand behind the middle turtle. Their hitbox is so huge, they should be hit all 3. So Ram's Voice and ultravibrate for the win. Simple as that. Now, for Eye Society, first thing you want to do is get blinded by the mandragoras. Since the other enemies cannot be frozen and ultravibrated, you're going to have to use the blind status defect in order to attack the other enemies. Since these are all eye attacks, blind cannot allow you to get hit by them. So simply just water cannon or use your strongest spell to knock them all down, and then kill the mandragora last. And this is what you do for Act 1. So I'm going to let this play out so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. But if you guys want to skip ahead, use the timestamp in the description to go to Act 2. So in Act 2, basically the same thing. Blind yourself with the mandragora, and then ultravibrate and Ram's Voice, the ones that are applicable, and then basically do the same thing, water cannon down the last enemy, and that is going to complete Act 2 for Eye Society. For a chorus slime, Act 1, simply attack the slime with water cannon, and they will blow up the sprites to the left and right. For Act 2, you must use Sticky Tongue to pull them to the other sprites hiding behind the bricks. So make sure that you are far back enough so the slime's AoE will hit the sprites, otherwise they might miss the line of sight because of the barrier. So it can be very, very stingy. Then make sure you are distanced away from the slime so you don't get blasted because you will die in one hit. So basically do that twice, and that is going to be it for Act 2. So Act 3 is basically the same thing, except this time you must grab at least 4 to 3 slimes to the back so they will explode on those nodes there. You're going to use the walls to line of sight them because their AoEs are pretty big. So you want to grab basically all 6 to the middle and then try to grab 3 to 4 to the back. You have plenty of time to grab all 4, so take your time. While you're casting Sticky Tongue, try to target the next enemy to pull the next one. So after those are pulled, quickly go to the front and then set them all off with water cannon. Make sure you're far away enough, otherwise you'll get caught in the blast. The walls will protect you from the node's AoE attack after death. And that is going to be it for a chorus slime. So Act 1 of Bomb Eddy of Errors, just attack the first small bomb to set off a chain reaction to end Act 1. Act 2, you basically would do the same thing. Attack the small bomb first. Now you must re-freeze this one because that does not count as frozen. And then you ultra vibrate and Ram's Voice the middle bomb. And then take off the cherry bombs to set off the other blue ones twice. And that's going to be it for Act 2 for Bomb Eddy of Errors. So for Act 1, for Some Like It Hot, basically Sticky Tongue one of the bombs in front of the other, and then use the AoE line Alpine Draft to hit both, since they are weak to wind. And basically that is what you do for Act 1. And if you do not kill them in time, they will kill you with their AoE attack. So for Act 2, it's the same thing, but this time there'll be 4, and then you'll have bricks in between each bomb. So try to get them in a straight line. So just pull 2, and then do the same thing. Alpine draft all 4 until they're all dead. Hitting all of them will reset their AoE timers, so just take your time with it, and they'll be dead in no time. And that is how you basically do Some Like It Excruciatingly Hot. For blobs in the woods Act 1, they're going to be attacking these jams here. Make sure that you're behind the wall after their death, because they will do an AoE called the Last Song. So using the barriers will stop you from getting hit. You're going to do this twice, and that is going to be it for Act 1. Now remember this mechanic, because you're going to be doing this again in Act 2, but a little bit differently. So for Act 2, it's basically the same concept. At this time, they're going to use heavy. So you must use a loom to get around the arena. Now basically attack the first one, and then loom around the block in the middle to avoid getting blasted. You can't eat at least one of these without dying, but any more than that, you will not be able to do so. I believe you get silenced if get hit, so try not to. So make sure that you are not being blocked by the block in the middle, because you will get stuck and then you'll end up getting hit. So just try to make sure that you have a clear view of the next section to basically dodge the last slime. So do this 4 times, and congratulations, you're now done with blobs in the woods. Now for the Sword of Music, the left one is going to reflect physical damage and the right will reflect magical damage. That's why I got hit for sleeping the right claw. So for the left claw, you're going to use Glower. Make sure to dodge the AoEs, otherwise it will push you back into the barrier, which is electrified. And then you can heal yourself after this first one is dead. If you want to heal yourself to the second one, you can do Glower on that as well. You can freeze and ultravibrate these hands, but you're going to need that for Act 2. So that one is going to be completely on you. So for this one, you either can use Drill Cannon or the Abyssal Fixation to knock it out. The decision is going to be completely up to you, but this is how you deal with Act 1 for the Sword of Music. And for Act 2, Ram's Voice, Ultravibrate, and congratulations, you have done 10 unique missions, and now you can get yourself Moonflute from the NPC for the totem. So after you get all 10 of those done, you'll get an achievement. Then, walk over here and talk to this NPC. And pick up your Moonflute totem. And that's basically where you'll find the stuff for the totems, all in this NPC here. And that's how you guys get Moonflute, the most important spell that you guys are going to be needing. And also used in my Blue Mage one-shotting video for all the Reborn Primals that I did, I think last week. So this is why this is very, very important to get yourself Moonflute as soon as you hit level 50. And since you get synced down to level 50, any level 50 gear will work just fine. So good luck and enjoy getting Moonflute. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter. The link for that would be in the description down below, as well as the link to my Discord channel. I also want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and YouTube members. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead. Take care.